So one of the things that made me fall in love with food and cooking in general is the ability to transport yourself anywhere in the world. Today, I'm feeling a little Mediterranean. Let's get in the action. So I went next door to Wood Nickel Farm and picked up some lamb. Look at this gorgeous guy.
Just with your hand like that?
Well, so there's this fat cap on there that if we're, you can do so much butchery just with your hands if you're strong enough. And we're just gonna take this little flap meat off.
Whoa.
And reveal that loin. So we've got the ribs here that have been semi-Frenched. And then we've got this flap meat that you really don't want. There's some meat in there, but you really don't want to just eat that as is. I'm going to take this flexible fillet knife. Look at how much bend that has. It's one of the things I love about this knife. When you're doing fabrication, you can feel that click, 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 click. We get a lot of comments saying, hey, what knife should I use? We're sneaking in with a flexible fillet knife. It's got a great edge, and I can feel everything that's happening as I'm tracing those ribs. And I'm pushing down and sliding. All right? So there we are. Now there's a lot of meat on those ribs that's absolutely gorgeous. That's gonna be for me, okay? That's a chef's treat, that's a chef's snack. I'm gonna attack this silver skin or elastin a little bit because that doesn't break down, okay? Look at the difference between this meat and this skin that's just so tough. There's two types of connective tissue. There's elastin and collagen. This elastin just doesn't break down. So it's in our benefit, everybody's benefit, just to get rid of it. Notice how I'm just sliding the knife underneath. And I won't get too aggressive with this little loin here, but I do want to get what I have access to. And that is beautiful. And again, I'm going to take this. I just want the loin for this recipe, so I'm going to trim right down the ribs. Beautiful. Just like that, I've got a gorgeous lamb loin, and then I've got some nice ribs here for later use. All right, well, for today's application we're going to be making a pita, and I want to roast this. Oh, look at that. I got to get rid of that silver skin. I can't help myself. All right, I'm using a little bit of blackening seasoning today. Okay, I really enjoy the heat, the spice, the depth of flavor. Let's also put a little salt on the outside of this.
Salt and blackening.
Salt blackening. A little bit of olive oil. And we are ready for a sear. Look how gorgeous that is. Let's analyze the Kamado Joe. We're stabilized at 400 degrees. And I've got one of my favorite accessories on the grill right now, a cast iron griddle. All right, so right next to that cast iron griddle is a grill grate. A little bit of olive oil right there on that cast iron griddle. And oh my gosh, I just get so excited about this.
Oh, wow.
And lay away. Look at all this grill estate we have. I can't help myself. Let's go ahead and chef's treat these beauties. Nothing crazy. Bit of salt's going to amplify anything on there. Bit of blackening because
whoa, aromas just hit me.
Yeah. Oh, you hear there's essential oils on the grill. Look at that.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we'll just go right there. Because this happens relatively quick. It's not like baby backs or short ribs that are going to take hours and hours. This is a 15 to 20 minute cook to get that intercostal meat, the meat in between the bones. Chef's treat, like I said. So we're getting a nice sear going on here. I'm going to close this dome so we can get some of that natural lump charcoal flavor, and let's make some of the accoutrement to the rest of this dish. Favorite recent trick with, I'd say, food in general. All right,
it's a
good
big
one. All right, cucumber.
All right.
From the garden. We're going to take off the ends there, cut it in half, and now I swear, if you smash these cucumbers versus cutting them, they stay so crunchy. The textural difference between keeping them big and crunching them and slicing them into small pieces is astounding. So we're going to take let's go do the butt of the knife. We'll do the butt of the tongs, and we'll just...
No way.
Telling you, bro.
Smells really good.
All right.
Okay.
Straight into our bowl. And then we can kind of break it apart with our fingers here. But dude, wait till you taste. And sometimes when I'm at pool parties, I'll just pour reduced balsamic on top of this with a little bit of salt. Put some red onion in there, and it's freaking magic.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. And I figured out why it stays crunchier.
Why?
Science. It's pulverized, it's fun, it's aromatic. It just makes me want to have a G&T. Like, lots of good things happening here. All right, so our cucumbers are done. Let's get a little salt in there. Let's get a little pepper.
It really does smell amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a really vibrant cucumber aroma.
A little red wine vinegar today. Perhaps a little lemon juice. And then let's go in with a touch of parsley here. A bit windy today, so hopefully we don't lose it. Look, Dill's trying to sneak into the game. Why not? Why not? And just a rustic cut here. Think about the lamb with these flavors, right? Just a lot of fun going on there.
Whoa, that dill too.
Yeah, let's put a little nice olive oil in there. Why not? And that's a cucumber salad to die for.
And I'm definitely making this.
All right, we got half an onion there. Let's check out our. Oh yeah, notice how it was here. It has shrunk up considerably. Oh, look at that! Snap, crackle, pop. Flip this. Chef's treat. It's coming along nicely. Back to the red onion. We don't have to add this to the salad if we don't want to. We could use this as a garnish. Oh, you know what else I want to do? Sorry, team. I really am excited about this dish, and I have all the stuff I need. I'm just kind of remembering what I want to do. I want to put a little char on these tomatoes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I love doing the ones on the vine because you can just bring them on over. And let's do it. I want to soak up some of that lamb flavor on.
Oh, wow.
You guys just live there. And if I wanted to let this rest, I could put it on top as if this was a roasting rack. But I need a little bit more of a let's do it. Can't talk about it, not do it. We're gonna let that hang out for just a little bit. And then thin slices back to the red onion. Thin to win. And this little flexible knife's good for a thin cut for sure. And I want to, again, I thought about putting it in this lovely salad, but I think we just kind of wake it up a little bit and then we'll use it as a garnish. Don't forget to season your garnishes too. Good. Sans the seeds. Well, let's take a look. Oh yeah. Very nice. You know, we could get sears all around. I'm not opposed to it. Not opposed to it. Take a look at our maters. Still a little blistering needs to occur. Let's go ahead and put a lot of Pita on here. Look at all those juices too. Let's migrate everybody to the front. Again, being an active participant here is kind of the fun of the Kamado Joe, right? I'm interacting with heat zones. I'm picking up flavors. Look at that Pita. I got a little olive oil in there, and I want to just soak up that goodness. Little marrow dips because we care. Oh yeah. A little more sear on that side, that side. All right, let's let the lamb rest. And that's a good, I'd say 130 degrees right now, which is right about where I want it. We got our little war room set up here. And I'll just take our flexible boning knife. I'll just kind of slice these beauties into kind of bite-sized pieces. Ooh, and they're hot. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Pita's ready to rock. Let's slice this lamb, and we're just gonna go kind of thin to win. Again, one of the reasons why I really like this flexible fillet knife. Thin slices. And I'm cutting it in those tomato juices.
Yeah, I was just thinking it.
Let's do a little tzatziki on the bottom. Let's go in with a little bit of our salad. Mohawk, of course. Let's go in with our lamb. Kind of sprinkle that like it fell out of a forest. Wow. A little bit more of that tzatziki. A little black pepper. Thank you. Bit of feta. Feta makes everything better. A little dill. I don't want to put on full frond. I want to give just a little love and attention. And that's a wrap. Get it?
Oh man. Ouch.
Yo. And if I was really crazy, I would I would do a little more lemon juice and now it'd say, oh my gosh, wait, the comment section, you forgot the red onion. Blackened lamb with crushed tomato salad, charred tomatoes. What is not to love about that? You know, we started this thing off talking about how food can transport you in time and place. I'm salivating right now. Like I'm there. I'm on vacation. Sorry, team. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Oh, that is a fabulous bite. Folks, I implore you, if you enjoyed watching this video, do all the things: like, share, comment. It's just a fantastically fun bite there. As always, from our backyard to yours. Cheers and happy grilling. All right, so that's behind the scenes lunch there. Forgot about the bones. Chef's treat. Wow! And that's how that works, ladies and gentlemen. You know,
Everyone left.
yeah.
The only one left is the chef. Oh man.
Let's go one more. Just show you what we're working with here. That little bit right there. See you. Where is the stuff?